Are you ready to take your investment game to the next level? Introducing Digital Investor, your ultimate guide to mastering the digital marketplace. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Digital Investor brings you cutting-edge game theoretical strategies, expert insights, and real-time tips and tactics to analyze, evaluate, invest, and grow your wealth. Don't miss out on the digital revolution. Visit www.nickblacknext.com and start your journey with Digital Investor today.
All right. I think we got all the buttons going. Man, Rumble's just not working. Rumble's set up to where we should be broadcasting on Rumble, but it's not going out. They give you stream keys and all that kind of stuff, and you plug it into StreamYard. Nope. I guess I could download the videos and give the videos to them, like post the videos over there. What a goddamn nightmare. I probably will not do that. Well, anyway, hope everybody had a good Christmas. Or whatever holiday you celebrate or combination thereof. Hello. All right. So, I came across this article. It's pretty funny. So I thought we'd go over it while we have our normal discussion. We're going to be in a vacuum of information for the next week to, probably week. So, and I expect pretty anemic market behavior, especially this week going into next Tuesday, right? But sometimes weird, crazy stuff happens in the crypto space when there's these anemic markets because people can bully around the prices. So I don't get too sad if you see prices sell off by 8, 10, 20%. Panic. I also wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin clips 100K again. There's no real rhyme or reason or system to it. This one is French vanilla. I don't know if it's coffee or not. It just only said French vanilla. There was nothing. So that's what it is. French vanilla, I guess, of some kind of, maybe there's coffee, maybe there's no coffee. I don't know. All right. But anyway, I thought we would talk about the dumbest moments of 2024 because there's been a lot of them. So that's kind of fun. So we'll talk about that. If you guys have questions, general market questions, ask them. If it's specific stuff, we'll wait until tomorrow to go behind the wall with Brandon. He's enjoying. That son of a bitch, he got a 3-day Christmas. Oh, good for him. 1-0, Brandon. On the other side of it, he has to answer all of those emails. Oh, by the way, unrelated, or maybe related, Did you see there is a hypercycle video both that Tufi and Dan did that dropped just a few minutes ago. They were working on that yesterday and the day before. So that dropped about a few minutes ago. And then a second video just dropped. I got the little update on my phone. So they have two videos that just dropped. So when we're done here, those of you that care about hypercycle, for those of you that are participating, of the 127 people that are here, how many people have node factories? Like, you've made the node factories, you got the tokens, you got the licenses, you merge them, you have node factories. Little call to arms. How many of you? No, that's not a call to arms. Don't say that. Okay, so you're going to want to watch both of those videos. Watch the one with Tufi and Dan first, and then watch the second one that just popped a few minutes ago. And I'll put, as a matter of fact, why don't I put the link in the, let's see. Gotta shut my phone off. Okay, yeah, year in review, announcements, AI Christmas. That was Tufi and Dan. This was a year in review, episode 2. I'm going to put those in the chat right now. Yay. Okay, share, copy link. Let's get to it. We'll just do it live. Because for some reason, when I go directly from YouTube to Telegram, it's not always posting these links. A lot of times I'll post the links and they just don't show up. And I'm like, what the smoke? So you should have both AI Christmas 2024 Hypercycle Network of AI Agents, and then video number 2, which is Hypercycle Year in Review episode 2 with Amy and Jack. Okay, so you're gonna have both of those. So you guys got some good fat content. Some good fat content. I would have rather they had released them over, like, spread them out, but you know what? Here we go. All right. Yeah, there's good stuff coming. It's just we can't always talk about stuff. Everybody's like, oh, that means they're not doing anything. Bro, no. No. It just means we can't talk about it. There's a lot of stuff we can't talk about. A lot of stuff we shouldn't talk about. You guys probably spent time with your families. There's a lot of stuff they shouldn't talk about, ever. All right. Let's go over here. Should we take a... That sounded expensive. Kitty. Meow meow. Oh, they're just upstairs. Effing S up. Effing S up. That's what they do. So I'll just go up there to find a bunch of destroyed stuff. But you know what? They're happy. I just look at all of my possessions as expensive, varying degrees of expense of cat toys. That's what my life is now. Cat toys. Everything I have is a cat toy. All right. So let me switch out. Should we take a look at markets? I wonder. Just for a second. So we'll start there. Let's look at markets, and then we're going to talk about the dumbest moments of crypto. Well, just the dumbest moments in 2024 of crypto. And we'll kind of pierce through. We'll see if we agree with this. We'll see if we agree. All right. Whatever you guys are doing, stop it. Sounds, like there's the heavier thumping stuff. That's okay. It's when I hear things like sounds like there's something broken. That's always the suspicious one. But it's not like I could go check it and unbreak it. All right, what's going on in the markets? Bitcoin down to 96. It got up to 99, high 99 yesterday. It almost got 100 knocked out. No. No. We want the Bitcoin. Yeah, so look at how high we got. We got 99.8 yesterday. And rather anemic volume. And then, within, let's see, 1150 to 1240. So in 50 minutes, less than an hour, we went from 98 to 95.7. So 2,300 bucks. We got as low as 95.2, even just recently 95. So we're just kind of floating around. We're just circling the drain right now. 96.2 is not terrible. But all of that, it's just sticker shock because the actual price can make people think, oh, it's up or down 1,000. Yeah, but that's like 1 or 2%. That's just not that big of a deal. The bigger deal is the trend. We hit an all-time high last week, and within 48 hours, we were down, 5-6%, which again is not much in crypto, but it is for newer people because it propagates out, and then the rest of the assets tend to get beat up worse. So you look at your 7-day, and these numbers tend to go upward, right? So look at like Aptos is down in a week 26%. That's a lot. It's already given up most of those big gains. Remember, this thing was trading right at $15 not very long ago. Is it the shakeup with Mo Shake? With Mo being gone for undisclosed reasons? Probably. Was he a douchebag? Probably. But anyway, off he goes, and we'll see who they replace. What else is going on? More nothing. I was gonna read an article about that whole nothing burger about Charles saying, oh, he's gonna. I think we just touched on it maybe Tuesday, where he's like, they frame it like this: since Charles is not part of any commission, any group, any working group with the president, no one wants to have anything to do with him. And he alluded that was going to be the case. Now that's obviously not the case, because I guess he went to Washington and no one gave a shit what he said. They're like, we don't want to talk to you, dude. You're just a slob. So apparently the way they're framing it, because, PR, you can spin it, is as promised, Charles Hoskinson is taking the fight to Washington, D.C. As promised. He alluded to the fact that he was working for the Trump administration. That was all bullshit, like most of his stuff. And surprise, surprise, this too is bullshit. He's just trying to meet with some officials. He's not taking the fight fucking anywhere. He's just going to Washington and trying to book meetings with senators and congressmen. And guess what? They do that anyway, because that's how they talk to their constituency. He's not doing anything special. He's not doing anything anybody here couldn't do. And I guarantee you he finds ways to snarkily slip in that he's really rich in these meetings, because that's all he's got. Otherwise, he's just Charles, the kind of reformed fat guy who cries on the internet, that's toxic to his own ecosystem guy. So anyway, there you go. It's no surprise that Vitalik and the other guys have no interest in working with him anymore. Isn't that weird? You wonder about that? Like, he's such a genius. And I like parts of the way he thinks. I think are great. He is an intelligent guy, but he is a victim of himself. So anyway, just more of the same nonsensical bullshit. The only thing I care about Cardano is, when is midnight going to drop? And you know what? I'm past the point where I'm like, let's change the world. I don't give a shit. I want to know how many fucking tokens I get for sticking with your shitty program for this long, being promised midnight tokens for over 2 fucking years. How many tokens am I getting, motherfucker? That's the only Christmas question I have. Fucking slob. So they already rejiggered that a couple times. Everybody was supposed to get all these tokens and all this, midnight, the whole thing, the privacy token. Then, it's not me, it's the midnight, it's them. They're the ones that they're going to give tokens to everyone. And okay, great. So people in Solana, You just go. I hope as I read this list of the dumbest things in 2024, I hope that several of them are Charles. We'll see. Anyway, I don't think there's much that Cardano offers at this point that's any better than any other protocol, because no one cares about governance. Really, no one. They care about transactions per second. That's the only thing people care about. It's a mostly stupid vanity metric. All of these networks in a vacuum are really fast, meaning like with just two machines plugged in. Oh, look how fast it is. That's how they get their TPS, by the way. It's mostly bullshit. They plug in a couple machines. They're like, see, look how fast it is. Like, buddy, those are sitting on your coffee table plugged into each other. That's not how fast it is. You run a whole network and try to get consensus and look at all of the weirdnesses between network handshakes throughout the internet and all this kind of cross communication. Then you can see what your TPS is. Like Solana, which crashes all the time. Like Sui, which, price wise has done well, but it did not. It crashed. It shut off for a couple hours. Cardano never crashed ever. Anyway, so you just have to be careful. You got to be careful that the metrics you use to determine value, unfortunately, are somewhat close to the metrics that Joe Sixpack uses to determine value. What would dummies do has become more important lately. Matter of fact, it's right up there. WWDD. We have the 5 T's, and then we have use utility, wide scale adoption. I think we have to add on that one, use utility, wide scale adoption, hoarding effect, and what would dummies do? Because what dummies would do factors really high in crypto markets. It's super important. It's oddly, uncomfortably super important. So we got to factor it. So what else is going on in the market? Kind of nothing. I mean, Cardano had a run up to almost 3,500. Ethereum. I think Ethereum will be really good next year. I don't even think it's going to take that long. I think we're going to get a big run in the first quarter. Just my gut feeling. I think we're going to get a big run into the inauguration, into the 20th. So I'm trying to guess what other people would guess. So if people are thinking there's going to be a big run into the inauguration, you would think they would be putting in to the market a week before that. So 7th through 14th, 15th. This is just my gut. This is what my guts are telling me. My guts. So we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of big unstaking events coming for Jupiter. I swapped my Jupiter out yesterday. Did my little stuff I had been unstaking for a month. So I did all my little stuff there. So I'm going to just sit on my hands now and see what happens. Optimism, I'm pretty surprised it's languished in this area, but given kind of the greater market, not so much. It's down on it's a full red, and it's a very quality project that's full red. And I believe it would be an ancillary. If Ethereum runs, these layer 2s are going to run hard. That's my guess, because the discussion will obviously be, well, aren't these layer 2s doing all the work that Ethereum's not doing for itself? Yes. So don't they have value? Yep. So yes. So that's the extrapolation. I'm waiting for optimism to get kind of back in that 150 to 160 range. And I think that for me, it would be comfortable to kind of play with, but I don't know. A lot of it depends on where your dollar cost averaging from. All right, but I'm confident layer 2s, even Matic. I'm confident that Matic's going to have a good run. Graph could be interesting because they're coming out with their GRC 20, which is their, kind of their layer two, let's call it spam. I mean, this isn't something they needed to do. This is something that they're doing. This is a money trap, a money play. And you know what? I am a material girl, and this is a material world. So yes, let's see. Will Solana be the next ETF to be approved? I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a lot. Solana has a lot of problems that are not public facing. Solana made a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of links between the success of Solana and FTX, which means, by the transited property, also a lot of links between the success of Solana and all of the fucking criminals that are sitting in prison or various stages of prison because of FTX and Alameda. Well, who we haven't seen get in trouble are any of the VCs. Isn't that funny how they never seem to get in trouble? Any of the people that were out there pumping this shit. But Solana's made they did some things. They are still on the edge of the company themselves are still on the edge of some inquiries by the Justice Department. Now, I don't know what that means. That could mean nothing. But you're probably not going to get an ETF while the Justice Department is like looking at your company to indict with the intent to bring indictments. I feel like it's going to be a minute. So we'll see who wins. That'll be a good one for next year. We'll see who wins. Do the money guys win versus do the sketchy VCs win, or does Justice Department win? Who wins? Who trumps who under Trump? Who trumps who under Trump? I also don't think a Solana ETF is exciting for most of those companies. You notice it's the smaller ETF providers that are even entertaining it. And it's almost like they're paying it lip service, but they're not serious. I would be pretty surprised if there was a BlackRock Solana ETF. It seems pretty clear that BlackRock has they've chosen who their winners are, and that's Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't know who would be next, and I don't even know how you would determine that. It could be a while. Let's see. Still expecting a big sell-off? Well, not as big of a sell-off because we've gotten a protracted sell-off over the last week. So if we look at these numbers, just kind of look at where things are. This isn't the 20% that I thought we were going to get. So I think there's still more to come. But again, in anemic markets, you don't know how people are going to behave. I certainly think if we had been continuing and we had a Santa Claus rally, this market would get its clock cleaned and people would be gutted, and that would be miserable. You'd hate to get through Christmas. I'm rich, Ma. You get to New Year. I'm poor. I'm moving back in. So maybe this bit of a sell-off over the last week to 10 days has mitigated some of the big sell-off that I was expecting. It's just coming in chunks rather than one big push. There's still going to be some tax selling. People that are either waiting. I mean, I don't know. You would think that would be happening. This is the week for that. But what my buddy, he came over for dinner last night. Again, my hedge fund buddy, he says and I'm guessing when he says that this is like hedge fund guy mentality, is that they're gonna take profits because they got to book their profits for themselves to mark what they've done for their clients. He was saying that that's going to be the first week of January. So I think the first week of January could be a effing mess, man. Like a real dick punch. Yeah. So I'm still expecting a rough, because that'll be in the greater market. And now we know that greater market vacillations propagate into the cryptocurrency space. It's not just, that's what's happening over in stocks and bonds. We're all becoming related because of these ETFs, and because now you're getting a lot of crossover investors and they're participating on both sides. So there you go. Yeah. Okay, let me see if I missed any questions. I don't think I missed too many. Nope. Okay, all right. Yes, we all hope that Howard doesn't die. At least we need a couple more years, Howard, of your shenanigans. So you're gonna have to get it. You're gonna have to get your shit together for at least 5 more years. At least till we get to the point where we live in cloud cities. Then you can have robotic parts, and you'll be fine. Let's see. Do I think the pump in XRP and ADA is over? The sentiment pump. No, I don't think it's over. I think it was a huge sentiment pump. We all knew this. Like this was pretty obvious bullshit. But they still benefited net. I mean, they're still only down over the last week. You go out to the 30-day, they're still performing, except ADA. ADA is down for the 30-day because it's a dumpster fire shit show. But remember, that's an asset that was trading in the 30-cent range. It's still got a double, right? It's up 115% on the 90-day. Doge is up 150. XRP is still up 270%. They unlocked, or they're about to unlock another billion tokens. Oh, I wonder what they'll do with those. Did you know that Ripple, the company, is not profitable without selling XRP? That's their product. It's the same Ponzonomic bullshit of MicroStrategy, kind of. Although there's a lot more actual technology at Ripple than there is at MicroStrategy. There's no technology at MicroStrategy. There's just a bunch of guys that decide they want to buy more Bitcoin and try to come up with perverse, quasi-incentivized bullshit schemes to get people to buy into it. If these shareholders let them print these extra shares, they are fucking idiots. I mean, all of them. A bunch of dummies. Like, they're literally asking them, hey, man, we want to dilute the shit out of you guys by because we did the math, it was between 50 and 1,000x. Are you guys cool with that? No, motherfucker, I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool getting debased 50x. Fucking weirdos. God. Anyway. And this is the problem. And then you get the Michael Saylors of these guys running these Ponzi schemes. No wonder corporations are like, fuck no, we don't want to have anything to do with you and your crazy schemes. No. Oh, yeah. That's actually pretty interesting. So anyway, do I think the sentiment pump is over? I think that one is obviously over. We can see that was over. But will there be another one? Of course. People are fickle. People are stupid. People are going to bet. A lot of people in the new year, they'll come back to crypto. If we get another run, which I think we will have, I think second week, I feel like for a lot of reasons, the second week of January, leading into the inauguration, so from the 7th towards the 20th, is going to be very bullish. Yeah, so I think that could be pretty awesome. All right. So, and the high tide lifts all the boats. So I'm sure the sentiment pump will be back. But at some point during these weird pumps, people may ask, crazy enough, they may ask, wait, what are we buying exactly? But remember, with XRP specifically, these are the same assholes that paid, $1,500 for a Ripple USD stable dollar. That's right. They're paying upwards of $1,500 for a dollar. These same geniuses are pumping so that Ripple, the company, has a big fertile market to sell to. This is you know how what was the one that Robert Ackman went after? The Ponzi scheme that just sold all their the multi-level Ponzi scheme, the health and fitness one. Damn, I don't know why I can't think of the name. But anyway, where it was just people selling to themselves, like it was a pyramid that just sold to themselves. And at the end of the day, you had a bunch of immigrants with a bunch of garages filled with bullshit products they could never sell, and they pumped this on all these, basically on people that. They pumped it on immigrants for the most part. And Robert Ackman went after them for being a Ponzi scheme, and he was right. And then Carl Icahn came in like an asshole and took the other side of it because Carl Icahn had a little bit more sway, and he screwed Ackman, and Ackman was absolutely correct, and Icahn is just a piece of shit, although there's some things I like about him. But you guys remember that? Someone knows the name of that. Herbalife. Oh, wait. We can't say the H. Herbalife. Yeah, Barry, you guys nailed it. Herbalife. Go look into that. You want to see a scam. I mean, you want to see a scam? It's Herbalife. Ripple operates the same kind of way. The purchasers and users of XRP are the investors. It's not being used in commerce. Oh, and by the way, this Ripple stablecoin, RLUSD, it doesn't use XRP. You can run across Ripple's ledger, the XRPL, the XRP ledger, doesn't need to use XRP, the currency. They're real quiet about that, by the way. It's like, come on, man. People dumb as hell. Anyway, okay. 6 seconds about the lawsuit against the Fed. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, essentially, the Fed, as you guys know, they have these stress tests to test the viability of banks under stressful economic situations, catastrophes, and what have you. The idea is that we want the banks to be able to withstand these stress tests. But, and then again, this is my limited knowledge of how this whole thing happened. But essentially, a bunch of banks have come forward and said, well, one, this whole stress test thing is bullshit because you don't even clearly disclose what the rules are, like how we're supposed to prepare for stress tests that, by the way, the Fed, which is a private banking group, it's a private company, private company. The Fed is a private company. This is important because this would be like McDonald's going out to all the hamburger companies and saying, we're going to have hamburger tests and your hamburgers better be ready. They better be perfect. They're like, okay, but what do we have to do to be ready? You'll see. What do you mean you'll see? What are the rules? You'll see, but you better pass because if you fail, we'll pull your fucking license. We'll restrict all your credit lines. You will basically dry up and die. No big deal though, right? You're fine. We just won't open up the window to you. You won't have the discount window. You won't have, primary credit. You won't have the primary credit availability whenever you get in trouble. You won't have access to, anyway, all this stuff. And this McDonald's telling Burger King this, and Burger King's like, fuck you. As they should. So these banks are getting together and saying, buddy, you guys have you're not a government institution, A. B, you need to disclose what are these tests, what are the different things that you're using to test. You can't just randomly come out and inspect us and say, no, you don't pass it. You guys are screwed. And it cost these banks, man, it cost them a fortune to have a level of preparedness ready for these stress tests. They stress about these stress tests. It's like a considerable effort. And so the Fed is not transparent. They've never been transparent. They don't disclose all of the metrics by which these banks will be evaluated and all this kind of stuff. And so it's just a random way, again, for McDonald's, except that in this case, that's not fair because McDonald's actually does make burgers and the Fed don't make money. But for a private company, under the guise of a pseudo regulator, private company acting as a pseudo regulator, coming out and regulating banks, because a lot of that determines whether these banks exist or not, especially the medium size and small. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. It's just more bull crappery at the Fed. And it's just more bull crap. Now, the original intent was we want banks to be able to withstand stress tests. Yes. So let's tell them what the level of stress we're going to test is so that everybody's on the same page. And there's also some speculation that the Fed changes the rules a little bit for different banks. Did you know that Jamie Dimon is he's one of the investors in the Federal Reserve in the private banks. Not only is it private, but it's like it has this kind of group of investors, which they never disclose, by the way, along with their assets. He's one of the investors, Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan Chase. The same Jamie Dimon who, when JP Morgan Chase was advising the FDIC on some of these bank dissolutions, these banks being dissolved last year, he decided to, once he had seen all of the assets, he decided to, instead of being an advisor, I'm just going to jump over the other side of the fence. We're going to buy these banks. We're going to help float some cash for the assets. We're not going to, anybody that owns shares in those banks, they're gone. They're wiped out. We're going to get the senior debt holders. We're going to make them whole. Then we're going to take the assets we want. We'll take the other assets and those go to zero. But the assets that we want, we're going to take them. But we don't want to do it completely, mind you, because if this is going to be a sketchy deal, let's make it really sketchy. We'll make it a loss sharing deal with the U.S. taxpayer. You can't make this shit up, man. It's so scammy. It's so scammy. You just fucking throw your hands up. You're like, really? Like, seriously? Come on, man. Yeah. Go look at that. Go look. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, that same Jamie Dimon, that asshole, is one of the private investors in the Fed. Do you think any of this shit seems a little bit sketch? So yeah, I know that was more than 60 seconds, Kirill, but we got a good rant out of it, and I think it was worth it. Can I post the hypercycle links here? Oh no, because I can't make it a clickable link. It would just be a comment. The link would be a comment. I'm sure Brandon can get links to that stuff. Matter of fact, why don't I text him? Let's see. He said they gave a breakdown on the Jupiter. $425 million. Sorry, 425 million Jupiter going to platform users. 75 million, which is nothing, going to stakers. 200 million held back for bonus incentives through the year for those that hold their drop and things like that. 2 million of the people getting the drop will only get 50 Jupiter each. What a shit show. I'm curious. It's too bad Brandon's not available. I'd love to see what his thoughts are on this. Oh, I wonder if I can copy. I wonder if it'll let me paste. Oh! I just put it in the chat. There we go. But I'm sure Brandon will put the links to those. He'll put the links to those episodes in the dashboard. Okay. Why and where do you think the pump will come from? Oh, no. I don't. Christmas cash? No. I think it's people that are looking forward to Trump coming into White House. I think it's that. I think that is it. It is solely that. It is 100% exclusively the Trump pump. We saw the after-election Trump pump. We're about to see the pre. Now, again, remember, we're going to see this after what I think is going to be a market downturn. I think this market's going to get fucking clocked. That's just my gut feeling. Don't make any trading decisions based on what I'm saying. I mean, I probably have a better chance than those TA idiots, Benjamin Cohen's and the other dumbasses out there, by the way, that have fucking zero money invested in the market. These motherfuckers have no money, none. And then they tell you, I don't invest because I don't want, it's not fair for me to do TA and invest. And so they make their money off Twitter and Instagram. These dudes have fucking zero. They're not investors. These TA guys, not a fucking dime. They can't scratch 2 pennies together. Anyway, which is why they don't care when they're wrong all the time. Doesn't matter. They got no skin in the game. It's just the dumbasses following their advice. Take that same advice. Don't make your decisions based on what I'm telling you. Go out, look around, read articles, see if see what your gut instinct is and make your trading and investing decisions based on that. Don't ever listen to some fucking jackwagon on YouTube. I don't think the pump is because Christmas cash. I think the pump is it's going to be the pre-inauguration Trump pump. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good one, but we'll see. Okay. Let me make sure we nailed all these questions, and then let's get to send a yellow shirt. Oh, yeah, this isn't just a yellow shirt, buddy. España. See? España, Spain. The red used to be a lot brighter, but I played soccer in the shirt too much and got all bleached. Extra caffeinated. Boy, that seems sketch. JP 17 banks after the takeovers. It's so fucking sketchy, man. That guy really makes me mad, man. He really makes me mad. Oh, God, he should be wearing orange, but no one gives a shit. Okay. Yeah, Dan's awesome, man. Dan is awesome. Okay. No, the market didn't really get clocked. Not really. I mean, we're not at 88,000. I think after the Trump pump, we could get a little bit of a sell-off, but I think the whole first quarter is going to be good. I would not want to be going against I would not want to be anti-crypto the first quarter of 2025. I think net, we're going to sit back sometime in March and go, holy shit. I think we're going to have one of those kind of like, whoa kind of moments. We'll see. All right, let's talk. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's go over here. Nope, we don't need that. Oh, that's a good one. You have any other good ones? Yeah, as long as we're talking about pumpy bullshit, I think this is fair. Let's switch gears a little bit, and let's talk about the dumbest of 2024. In 2024, crypto was dumb. Really, really dumb. This year's meme coin super cycle spawned the most bizarre characters the industry's ever seen, which is saying a lot, because think about 2022 and all the scumbags that, indictments and this and that. Think about all that stuff. But all of these conferences, on all of these gatherings of jackasses, had most people cringing on a relatively consistent basis. And then you had a bunch of politicians begging for crypto money for the vote, for crypto vote. Give me some money. Give me some crypto money. I want to get elected. So we've seen some of the dumbest moments ever. And the great thing is, in crypto, it's all there forever, right? It's distributed. It's immutable. It's uncensorable blockchains. And therefore, all of this shit is permanently here forever. From a meme coin developer setting himself on fire to promote his coin, that was number 6, to fart coin. Yeah, that's right. Fart coin. Piercing, just for a moment, $1 billion market cap. This year was one of the dumbest in the history of history for lots of reasons. And I guess there are moments that define us all, which we can retell endlessly to our kids and to our friends, and to our kids' friends, although we shouldn't be talking to our friends' kids, all of whom will doubtlessly be basking in the generational wealth that we have created in 2025, maybe. Anyway, these guys did a list of the most idiotic things that occurred in this year. And there's one, and the names are kind of funny. Meme coin memories. An alleged mother joined her son on a live stream to shake her breasticles, begging viewers to invest in her son's meme coin. Obviously, this is Pump.Fun. Obviously, this is part of the Solana douchebag crew. A direct quote. Do you want to see him pour milk over these 36 double Ds? She asked, noting, in case we weren't already like horrified her enough, her son, she said, actually, my son actually suckled on these. Now he's going to get to pour milk on them. What kind of effed up kid is this kid going to be? He's like, at Christmas, what'd you guys do last year? Well, I shook my tits while my son poured milk over them on his Solana meme coin. That kid's probably just drunk off eggnog, sitting in the corner, just throwing up all over himself. He's gonna be living most of his adult life on a leather couch, explaining where all the bad people touched him, pointing to a doll. Anyway, let's see. Getting cheeky. The viral success of Live Mom kickstarted a live streaming meta where a bunch of meme coin devs would do really, really stupid stuff to boost their pump.fun tokens. Some would call it performance art, kind of like the Federal Reserve. One dude tied his hands so that he couldn't dump on his investors. Another one claimed to have no arms at all before he revealed them and sold everything. A third dev said he had kidnapped someone, but that he would release them if the coin got to a certain value. And you'd think, oh, hopefully that's the worst of it. Oh, no. One guy lost his tooth while drunk boxing. Another guy streamlined his butt cheeks. He spread them. He spread his butt cheeks. This is Solana, people. This is when you ask about the Solana ETF. This is Solana. Unfortunately, this is what it is. A guy created a token called Hands and posed with a paper under his chin saying, "I have no hands. I can't do a rug pull." But when it peaked, he pulled his hands out from behind his back and sold all his tokens like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat, and destroyed the token. And yay, rug pull. Since the release of the Bitcoin white paper in 2008, people have wondered who Satoshi Nakamoto is. In October, one man stepped forward claiming to be the real Satoshi Nakamoto, not the douchebag Craig Wright. No, he's already been determined to be a complete fucking fraud. No, this is another complete fucking fraud. British Asian macroeconomist Stephen Moolah, that's his name, said he'd been trying to reveal his true identity for some time, but people kept stopping him. At the event, which he charged an entry fee of 500 British pounds for, he also claimed to have created the Twitter logo, ChatGPT, the Eurobond, which is a kind of debt. So, a little boastful. You think if you created all those things, you don't need to brag about it. Anyway, Mr. Moolah rambled on for over an hour, eventually claiming that he would move Bitcoin from the Genesis block very soon, but he had to prepare for it. Sadly, this still hasn't occurred. When you go through his Twitter account, you found a spree of 2018 posts calling out all of the fake Toshis. Anyway, and this guy, he's such a douchebag. It doesn't matter. Anyway, he charged all these people to come to the event and then gave him a big old fat nothing burger. He also looks dirty and unwashed. So whatever. Let's see. See the kitty, pee the kitty. No, not that kitty. Solana meme coin factory pump.fun has been the home of some of the most jaw-dropping idiotic moments in the history of crypto, not just in 2024. Case in point was when the DGen started trading a coin based on an invisible cat called Keith. There's a photo of an empty room. Just a photo of an empty room and a phone jack in the wall. And there's no cat. Just no cat. And there's it says a lovely photo of Keith, and there's just an empty room. Let's see. A developer burned accidentally. This is a kind of funny thing. A developer burned $10 million worth of pre-sale tokens raised for the about to launch Slurf meme coin, rather than sending them to the pre-sale participants. So what happened next? The token shot up to a market cap of $700 million. So Solana meme coin Slurf racked up $2 billion in volume despite the devs burning all of the pre-sale funds. So they did all this work. They got $10 million. These guys got $10 million, but because they're so fucking stupid, they sent the money. Oh my God. They burnt it. They sent it to a burn address. This is what you got going on over at Solana. This is what's going on at Pump.Fun. A Florida man says that said to a Slurf dev to hold my beer, and he one-upped him. He literally burned himself. He set himself on fire to pump a token. That's right. A Florida meme coin dev, Pump.Fun, set himself on fire in an attempt to pump his token. It worked. The token spiked over 2,000% to a market cap of, $2 million in just a few hours, but he was hospitalized with third-degree burns and couldn't sell due to the intense medical attention he required. Once he recovered, he couldn't use his hands, and nor could he use his phone's facial ID, so he couldn't get into his phone. So he never got to sell the token. He couldn't get into his phone to sell the token. Months later, he quit the project, claiming he was taken advantage of by fire. You gotta be, oh man, so stupid. Another guy, this is pretty dumb. God, we could do this forever. I think we're not going to get through all of them. There's too many good ones. This jackass. Matter of fact, I got to put this picture up because this is what this year has been. No. Let me put it there. Can you guys see that? See that tattoo? Read about this jackass. Does that look like maybe something interesting, like maybe private keys? So this douchebag investor got his Solana meme coin contract address tattooed to his chest. Again, it's a meme coin contract address. He got it tattooed to his chest, right? Okay, that's cool. But he spelled it wrong. He got it tattooed. There's like I think it's the two U's you see on the second line of the bottom, from the bottom. Anyway, it's there permanently. It's the wrong address. That address is not it. Jackass. It was the coin, I think it was Giga Chad, which makes sense. Like, why would you get it right if Giga Chad is your so stupid. Let's see. Another guy, Styro Steve, was collecting hair, his girlfriend's hair, and putting it on a styrofoam Steve head, like a styrofoam head. He started to collect his girlfriend's hair one strand at a time, placing them on a styrofoam mannequin head. But as day two dawned, budget airline Ryanair reposted his account, suggesting that the owner ought to fly to Turkey for a hair transplant, which apparently that's where you go for that. My friend went there. Turkey's where you go for hair. And the token skyrocketed 470% because of the repost. So I guess that's cool. Hair plant repost thing for the dude. All right. Unreality TV. Let's see. The Solana Villa. Solana fanboys basically paid for this super cringy thing called it's like a fake, well, not fake, it's a crypto reality TV show, which means fake. It went viral because it was really, really obnoxious. Let's see. One of the lines that was quoted was, "Check out this helipad. If you don't have this, you're poor. Ha ha." Speed tour, the influencer said, showing off an Airbnb property, not their property. So it's just a bunch of bullshit. Surprise, surprise. And then you start wondering, well, we're not really blaming Solana. You can't really blame Solana for all this. The problem is that Pump.Fun attracted just droves droves of the worst dregs of society. This is not just the unwashed mass; it's the unwashed, uneducated masses. This is bad. Let's see. Remember Joe Exotic, the Tiger King dude? So I guess he joined an NFT community called Retardio out of the blue, and then got airdropped DGod NFT. So good for him, I guess. He got a free NFT for being a creep. All right, gold medal grifting. Caitlyn Jenner, inventor of the tokenized Olympic medal ploy. Yes, yeah, you heard it. Kickstarted a whole celebrity meme coin bullshitty meta thing. It was particularly dumb because Jenner launched a token on Ethereum the same week she or they launched an initial meme coin on Solana. So the new token claimed to have the goal of supporting Donald Trump's presidential campaign. Months later, both tokens crashed below 1 million market cap, and I don't think that any money was actually given to Trump. But who knows? Who knows? Then we have, let's see, the little Iggy that never went to market. Part of the reason Caitlyn Jenner wanted to relaunch they's celebrity project was because they claimed to have been scammed by the person who helped Jenner create it, Sahil Arora. Arora made a name for himself this year as the mastermind behind countless short-lived celebrity projects and the odd, Twitter hack every now and then. This guy's going to end up in prison getting his rear end is going to be used as a playground. I promise you. He goes, anyway, it's pretty dumb that people fell for this guy over and over. They sent him $380,000 to a pre-sale wallet for an Iggy Azalea token that was disavowed by Miss Azalea. One pre-sale participant said that Aurora had lost all his rep. As a result, that didn't stop him from raising more money because people in the meme coin community are fucking stupid. But there's plenty more stupid. Let's see. Andrew Tate, who some people don't like him, some people like him, whatever. The guy that just gets really loud and obnoxious and continues to try to dodge indictments. In July, he was allowed to leave Romania while awaiting trial for charges of human trafficking, rape, and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women. Of course, all of which he denies until he is rearrested again. Upon hearing the news, he immediately announced a global tour for Daddy, a Solana token he'd been promoting to flip Iggy Azalea's token, which was called Mother. Problem was, Tate announced his tour would take him to Tokyo, Dubai, and Miami. He wasn't allowed to go to Tokyo, Dubai, or Miami. He wasn't allowed to leave the European Union because of his indictments for, rape, criminal conspiracy, fraud, gangs, fucking all the, yeah. So Tate, who is still awaiting trial, he denies the charges, all of them. He even denies the video where he said he was going to go to Tokyo, Dubai, and Miami in another video. You can still see the video, and he denies it. He's like the Justin son of not yet rich people. Anyway, oh God, it just goes on and on. There is no end in sight. Oh, except this is, this will be the last one. We'll share these over the next few days. These are so good. Okay, so some people seem to really love Iggy Azalea. I don't, anyway, but who is, let's see, she launched her own token and could be the only celebrity that actually kept supporting her project, Mother, months after launch. But it wasn't all completely smooth sailing. In response to criticism from Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin, the Australian singer questioned, what is Vitalik doing with all of those Ethereum gas fees? That's right. She went on X. She recorded a whole video where basically she's almost naked. She recorded a whole video asking, hey, Vitalik, what are you doing with those gas fees? This caused crypto Twitter to clown Azalea since, Buterin doesn't get gas fees. That's not how that works. So the feedback got into the Ethereum ecosystem was pretty good. Maybe she's more educated now. Maybe not. Azalea upped the ante by hosting a stripper-filled party in Singapore, where some of the most degenerate clips of the year were born, which is saying a lot. Some examples: the founder of bankrupt hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, Zhu Shu, who is a piece of shit who should be in prison, throwing cash at a girl twerking on him, cash he shouldn't have because he stole it from his investors. The D-Gods president, Sonny, dropping a girl he was holding in the air while he was dry humping her. Another video was some dude getting kind of horny with a stripper covered in cash as he was cheered on by his bros. So, a lot of good coming out of Solana and Pump.Fun. A lot of good. You know what? We're only on number 16. I'm going to wait. We're going to share more of these later, but this is 2024 was a stupid year for stupid people to be just all that they could be. Just the supreme amount of stupid. They really nailed it. Nailed it this year. Anyway, hopefully some of those stories should make you feel a little bit better about yourself. No matter what you've done in your life that you feel like might be stupid, it ain't that stupid. You're doing okay. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything my poor insolvent drunk struggling on meth, grifter ass grandmother, or Brandon wouldn't do, which I don't even know how cold it is where he is, but I bet it is really, really awfully cold. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow.
Terrified, wandering mind, the seams have come undone. You've been telling lies to these eyes as if they'd never seen the sun. Now you've let your guard down and your heart is exposed. Now you've let your guard down, but how could you have known that I'm the big fish round here? You're a small fish. I could make you disappear. You should know this. I'm the big fish round here. You're a small fish.